what a glorious time for gaming. For this game has come to fruition, and now we are here enjoying the fruits of this remaster's greatness. This game is beyond awesome. This is something that I've yearned for in video games. It's such a great game that I missed many years ago. We are way beyond in the future with this remaster, and it feels just like home playing this game. When you're going through every dungeon, fighting every enemy, listening to every NPC's thoughts, quotes, information about quest, or finding out a mystery in a quest, or taking a quest, or so on. It feels right. It feels like a lot of love went into this game, and I can't believe that I really dodged this game many years ago. Now, back then in 2006, I'm not gonna lie, I was into Command & Conquer, Call of Duty, and Battlefield. There was a bunch of other little games here and there on the consoles, but for the most part, that's what I was into. As a first impressions, playing this game has been magnificent. It's been amazing putting so many hours into this game, and I can't put it down. Like, I cannot put it down. I really just enjoy every piece of it. Yeah, there's a little bit of hardware bugs that are going on right now with my setup, at least at this point. I'm seeing other people that are really not having an issue, which is cool. So maybe it's just something with my rig, or something with the drivers, or maybe it's just my AMD cards or something. But traveling in this world, swimming in the world, walking, riding a horse, it feels just right. Looking at the world, looking at the plants, my enemies when I beat them. It feels like this love for this game was really, really put out into this. You know, I know we saw the announcement, and we saw the devs' ideas and thoughts and everything with the original game. You know, and it really just shows how much attention to detail went into this in every area, as much as they could. For Bethesda games, there's always bugs, there's always a little issue in the beginning, but they have a charm to it. And this is what we're talking about. I'm glad I got to play this now than I never did, because I started off with Skyrim, and then I went to Morrowind. But every time I try to want to play Oblivion looked really bad for me. I don't know what it is. Like because I know in Morrowind there's a huge mod that kind of overhauls the graphics and everything else, and I played it, I beat in it, and it's a very fun game, believe it or not. You can have a good time in Morrowind, but with Oblivion, I don't know, something, I guess maybe my time has passed on an old RPG from Bethesda. I don't know. But I do not regret the purchase. I do not regret anything of just playing this and enjoying it for what it is, and having fun for what it is. Because man, this has been so much fun. Leveling up my character, lock-picking every lock I can get, learning how to sneak, and jumping around to get my skills up for, acrobatics, and just trying to get every quest and figure out that the lore of the game, what's going on in the world. And I know I did the same thing for Skyrim, and the thing is with this game, there's rarely any fetch quests like in some of the Skyrim. You always have to help somebody. Oh, there's always something to like do, like a constant quest or something. But in this game, every quest feels purposeful. It feels right when you're doing it. There's cool lore you find out. There's some ancient mystery that has to be discovered and found, and you figure out the clues, you know, with your notes, or you look around the area, or you have to read a diary or a book. You know, stuff like this, man. It really hits home, and it really does affect me, because it's like, as an RPG lover, you know, I love RPGs. I want to make a character. I want to get lost in the world of Elder Scrolls and Tamriel and Cyrodiil, and just imbue everything what the game has to offer. Tell me everything in every kind of way to enjoy it. And this game hits all the check marks. It does everything it has to do. Yeah, you know, the AI is kind of dated, but you know what? It has that charm to it, though, because as you see older memes to this game to now, it's like it you know, that's where Bethesda's charm come through. It's just what it is, and what it stands for. So when I saw the announcement when they're saying it still has that charm, I get it. I totally get it. And this is something that I really could appreciate so much in a video game. Because, you know, some game devs, they're focused about the numbers. They're focused about making the money before even just looking at the product that they're making. You know, or they don't really pay attention to the art that they're making. It saddens me that we live in a world that a lot of the art of many things are kind of being diminished. But with this brings me hope. It brings me a lot of hope, because with all this being done in a remaster, it's like a weird remaster remake hybrid. I don't care though. People can complain, they want to label it, they're gonna bash each other, but for the most part, I'm having fun, and that's all that matters to me. I'm enjoying the voice actors that they kept from the original game. They probably you know, updated the frequencies, maybe make it a clear audio, but for the most part, I'm enjoying every bit of this. Even hearing the music. This music is just so fitting for the world, for everywhere you go, from the mountains, getting closer to the border of Skyrim, to, you know, the bottom parts where Blackwoods is at, and hearing the, you know, the bugs and the birds chirping. You know, you're finding all these little enemies around the Black Marsh, you know, border. It's just awesome. And I don't know what else to like put onto this, but I'm really glad I actually touched this game. This moved me in many ways where it takes a lot for me to enjoy a game and actually come back and keep coming back and think about it and wonder about what's the next adventure. You know, I already put I think on record, I think 72 hours already since launch, and it's been awesome. It's been amazing. And you know, I try to look up other people that actually like played the original before and have their thoughts on it, and it's really cool that it's hitting all the nostalgia for them, but I really don't have any nostalgia for this game. You know, if anything, it's just that charm of Bethesda, what they do in their games, and with the world with Elder Scrolls. Something with Elder Scrolls just knows how to hit all the tones just right when you're traveling along, or you're fetching for some items, or you're fighting off ogres and minotaurs and all that. You know, There's just so many little quirks and cool things you could do in this game. I just really glad I'm playing this now. I'm enjoying it for what it is. And I still got DLC to do. I haven't got to the DLC. I barely did like maybe 2 quests of the main quest. And man, I just want to keep playing. Like, I want to keep leveling up. I want to keep going to the next quest and knock out all these little dungeons that I already done already. Now, yes, this game still needs a little bit more polish on some areas. But for what it is, it's al dente. You know, it's you know, chef's kiss. It deserves the 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, everything. Because game devs, I'm telling you, there's more game devs that kind of push out trash than the art. And when you get the art, when you get the good stuff, and it hits just right, it's amazing. It's something that leaves an impression for you forever. It stays with you. You know, that's why people have nostalgia for older stuff, you know, when the game hits just right. And it's so good. And I honestly just, for anybody that ever like curious to playing this game, if you're a really big fan of Elder Scrolls, if you're a big fan of just open world RPGs, because this is an RPG through and through. It's not like Dungeons and Dragons, but it has a lot of elements, you know, of that. But you still have your choices, you still have options to go through the world, go through quest. You have different ways of doing things. Hell, I looked up a couple guides because, you know, I wanted to see some options to certain quests, right? And I'm not gonna spill any beans or spoil anything, but there's a lot of different ways to handle certain situations. Now, if you have like certain you know, attributes or skill is like leveled up to a certain point, it'll help you get access to like better weapons, better spells, you know, or maybe just better access to speech options with certain players. Now when it comes down to like real RPGs though, like, you know, D&D and all that kind of stuff, the essence is still there, but this is more of an RPG than most people think. The thing is though, you're basically just going through the world and you can join all these little guilds. You can do what you want to do. You have the options. You want to be a thief? Go ahead, be a thief. You want to be a murderer? Go ahead, be a murderer. You know, you become a vampire. You want to be a vampire? Be a vampire. You don't want to be a vampire? You know, find some kind of way to kill yourself. You know, cure yourself. Sorry. But just tremendous amounts of options you can do in this. You want to be that stealth archer that everyone memes about? Go ahead and be that stealth archer. All I know is my first impression of this is amazing. I'm glad I'm partaking into this. I'm glad that this was even done. Cause, you know, there's some remakes and remasters, they're just duds. They're ports. They're shit. But this is nice. This is what we want. This is what we think about, that we just want to play and just enjoy ourselves and just have a good time. I don't know no other way to have it. And I honestly, I'm more likely gonna do a review. I don't know. It's just a lot to do in this, but for the most part, I just hope that for anybody that's playing this, enjoys themselves and has a good time, because Oblivion deserves a lot of love, because those devs put a lot of love into this, and that's something a lot of games need. Just a lot of love and care, you know, to get developed right. and just to see the main vision of what the devs wanted to do in the first place. That's why I'm really glad and happy that a lot of the older devs were actually working on this, and they put their input during the announcement. And we're just here to enjoy it. We're here to, partake in all that good stuff. And you know what's crazy too for the launch? It wasn't that expensive. $49.99 for a whole remastered 2 DLCs. Hey, it's not a bad damn deal. And you know what? For PC players, everyone's gonna have a little issue with graphics right now. I'm hoping they're gonna do like a graphic driver update or some kind of patch, but we'll see. Because this game is beautiful. It looks good. It deserves a lot of looking at, because man, it takes a lot to get to this point. Because there's some games out there that people don't really put a lot of graphics into, but they're still great games, right? But they win for all the notches in this, and it comes through. It comes to fruition, and it lands really good. I don't know. So hopefully mods are getting placed. Right now there's a lot of back-end stuff that people are doing, because Bethesda already came out and stated that they're not doing a kind of like a mod kit for this game. It's not going to be officially supported. So a lot of modders right now, they're doing the back-end development for that as we speak. And people are already modding the shit out of this game. A lot of the engine is Gamebryo, and it's hard, but it's Unreal Engine on the top. And they explained this on the announcement as well. This is something it's freaking amazing. And I wish a coder could like explain this, like a game dev, a retired one, whatever, to explain what kind of magicry, wizardry went through for this, because that's probably a lot of fucking work, a lot of line of code, a lot of something to get this to work. Because one ancient engine to a brand new one it's not just two connections, all right, unless it is, but that's far as I know, right? I do like the fact that they did horse armor for this damn thing for the DLC. It's a meme on itself, because Oblivion is the known game that introduced downloadable content that was paid for, and it was the horse armor. And obviously the DLC has horse armor, and it has some weapons and some body armor and all that. Oh, and the soundtrack as well. So it's so pretty cool. It's the awe, the aura of this game. It's really, really hitting hard for me, and I'm really enjoying every bit of this. I can't wait to get back in. I want to finish this through and through. I'll try to 100% it as much as I can, because this is a big game. Like, big game. Jesus. We're going to have to sink like a week or two in here. And that's non-stop every day. And honestly, I'm not like a kid anymore. I have a job and all that, so I'll do as much as I can, as far as I can, to enjoy this game. But yeah, the only thing is though too, there is some controversy, but not with Oblivion itself. It is more with the timing, because the shadow drop happened, right? And then Expedition 33 came out on the 24th, and there was like some kind of small controversy, but I heard that game was freaking awesome as well. Like, I heard that shit's a banger too, and it's like a JRPG kind of style game, turn-based and all that. And you know what? That's fucking awesome to hear. Popping off, doing good, and it's French. Hey, give me a fucking baguette. What do you fucking know, right? But anyways, I'm happy for that the success happened for that, while this happened too. Okay, when the good games are made, we eat. As gamers, we eat good, and we're enjoying every little bite. So let's you know, we gotta praise. We give praises to, and that's really cool that that team is doing better now, and they're getting their numbers and they're getting the accolades that they're gonna get, you know, for the work they did. Now, I gotta get back to Oblivion. I don't know what y'all doing, but it's available everywhere. This thing, that's one thing too. I'm really happy about Xbox or Microsoft, whatever. They making it available for everybody. Game Pass, you know, Xbox, PlayStation, you know, on Steam. It's everywhere. Fucking go play this shit, man. I will not be surprised if it comes on Switch too, because this thing is asking for a lot of hardware, a lot of graphics. We'll see, because I don't know. I hear that Bethesda's just trying to get through Elder Scrolls 6. Then I'm hearing that, you know, there's a rumor for Fallout 3. So Fallout 3 is like, it's a possibility now because that was leaked like back in 2022. So we'll see. But for right now, let's eat good. Let's enjoy this. Have fun. All I know is Oblivion awaits everybody. And I hope you enjoy the ride if you choose to. But other than that, that's all I got. If I do a review for this, it's probably going to be a long one. I'm going to have like bits and all that. But we'll see. This is a big game. Fucking hell. And then this year is just jam-packed the games. Just to add on to the end of the video. But if you make it this far, thank you. Like and subscribe and all that. But we got Doom coming out in May. And right now, when I'm recording this, is May the 1st. You got Doom going on. Then you got a bunch of other stuff coming out throughout the year. The Switch 2, DK, you know, you got Mario Kart World, alright, all that Nintendo stuff. And then Grand Theft Auto 6, whenever the fuck that's gonna drop, that's gonna sell. Good thing is though, it's console only, but still, Jesus Christ. Like, give my wallet a break. Fucking hell. Like, jeez. Anyways, I'm done for this video. I hope you have a nice day, and peace.